go out.
Was diligent about speaking to young people as if he had experienced life already, which is something I think that we miss when we think about abstaining. A lot of times we're talking to people that we haven't been in experiences with. We don't really understand their personal experience when it comes to abstaining from certain things, and to withdraw from something sometimes causes just as much trauma as being in it. And I think that sometimes having a positive response to trauma, though it is a good thing, though it is like, a great way to think. I'll give you a personal example, super brief. When the pandemic started, I wanted to have sex with everything moving because nothing was coming in, and nothing was going out. It's not like I could get dressed up and go out and show people why they needed to come get with me. And there
Right.
was nobody hitting me up like, yo, let's go do this. Even when I would swipe on my little dating apps, nothing was popping. Everybody was like, either we seeing each other virtually or we not seeing each other. And so within those confines, I began to grow so restless that when I got on the phone with my therapist, which shouts out to black therapists, shouts out to black men who are therapists. We need more black therapists. No shade to no other races, but like, if you are considering being a therapist, there are other black men who want to talk to black men about black men things. And so it would be great if we had more black therapists. But I found one in New York, in Harlem. We were only doing the thing virtually, man. And I go to him, and it's the middle of the pandemic. And he's thinking I'm coming to him about depression. I'm like, no, 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 sir. I'm still trying to figure out how I can be somebody's husband and get away with satisfying my sexual desires. Those were my words to my. Those are the first words to my. He's just, he's like, so what? So what seems to be the problem? I'm not having sex. I want to have sex, and though none of the women I meet want to have sex. What's up? Tell me what to do. He's like, okay, nothing about the pandemic. No, I'm fine. Everybody's fine. I don't care. But you know what he said to me? Here's the point. The point of what I was trying to make. I always buried it. I always buried a lead. The point was the therapist, man, got very clear to me about my intentions behind abstaining, not my intentions about sex. He said, what are your intentions behind it? What are you trying to do with it? And I was like, well, I just want to have self-discipline, and I want to do that. He was like, when you wake up in the morning, do you take a shower? Do you put your clothes on? Do you go? Now I'm looking at your accomplishments on paper, and I'm looking at this and I'm looking at that, and like, it seems like you have self-discipline. So correct me if I'm wrong, but you're not having sex all the time when you're on the set, are you? Like, are you missing shows because of sex? And he was really clear with me that, like, there was some potholes in what I thought was this huge monster in front of me. And I think we all tend to do that, right? We have a small thing, and then we make it into a monster, and then we make things to defeat the monster that we made. I made sex into a monster. So then I called a therapist about it, and he said, it doesn't sound like you have a problem with sex. It doesn't sound like you really need to abstain. It sounds like what you really need to do is find exactly who you're looking for, because what you keep doing is finding what you're not looking for and having sex with that. And so you think
Facts.
you think just because you got it prioritized right, that you can just do it with whoever. But there's a lot more vetting. There's a lot more vetting that needs to happen when it comes to you and sex, because I'll tell you something that I could do. When I was talking to him, I could list out all the things that I wanted in a woman, including how I wanted the sex to be, where I wanted it to be, how I wanted it to be, what I wanted her to look like, all these different things. But I wasn't going out and getting that. What I was doing was going out and getting whatever sex I could from whoever I could have it with. And so that's where abstaining came in for me, because what abstaining meant for me was finding the unique and intricate and wonderful sexual situation that I had yet to experience. He said, my real question to you when it comes to sex is, when is enough gonna be enough? It's not about abstaining for you. And he probably wasn't speaking from a Christian place, and that's something that I have to deal with, as a person, is that very often I'm not speaking to other Christians, and so their advice to me, just as human beings, is always a bit skewed, because I have a very Christian background. My parents were just devout, and I went to church every Sunday and Monday for 100,000 years, until at least until I was 28. At least until I left Texas and could not, and I could, I didn't have to lie anymore about what I was doing on Sunday morning. Um, but I say all that to say, man, that like sometimes I think, in my mind at least, and this may be true for other people, I make sex a bigger obstacle than it is. And so then when I'm trying to abstain, I make abstaining a way bigger obstacle than it needs to be. Be, be, because I'm doing the most to have the sex. And so then I'm doing the most to make the sex good. And I don't have to, if I really seek out and find, okay, and I can list to you some of these things, man, and they're gonna sound crazy, but like, one of the things that I really like is porn, right? And so if I'm with a woman who doesn't like porn, you know what I do, man? I let her leave, and then I watch a porn to really get off. And like, this is something that like, I'm not even really proud of that, man, but it's something that I enjoy doing. It makes me feel sexy, all these different things. It makes me do this face, like it's that ugly face. And like, that's something that people might not be proud of, but then my person that I call to like help me with my brain, my therapist, this guy I put on this pedestal, and I'm like, oh my God, and he's like, all right, so why don't you just find somebody who like that? And it was such a simple concept, and I was like, well, I also want to have sex with multiple partners. All right, well, find somebody who like to do that. Oh, well, she gotta look like this. Oh, well, I'm sure that those women are out there, and blah blah blah. And it came down to a point of like, you might have to abstain because what you truly want, the thing that's gonna make you feel satisfied and make you go to sleep with somebody at night, or fall asleep with somebody at night, is way bigger than just you swiping on somebody, going on a date, y'all having a fun little old time, and then y'all jump in the sack. You don't know. You don't know if that's your person. And then the last thing I'm gonna say, man, is like, the last point that I want to make about this particular part is like, how much time are you going to put into someone that is not as good as what you want?
Yes, facts, bro. Nigga, I've been telling you this for years, nigga. Since I met you, nigga. I've been trying to get you, see, and I think this might be my fault. I've been trying to get you to raise your standards, but I think I've been making it too shallow. I've been making the concept too shallow, because what I've been trying to get you to do is exactly what you just told me your therapist said. Like, find someone who checks off all the boxes, nigga. Don't be settling for these chicks that don't check off the boxes, bro. Why are you giving them your power? Nigga, that's your life. That's what I'm saying. It's a force of life that you have, nigga. That drive, that sex drive, that shit, nigga, you're giving it away to women that don't fuck. They're not worth it, bro. They're not worth it for you. And you're wasting your time and you're wasting their time, bro. You're wasting everybody's time. Everybody's time is wasted because you haven't raised your standards. You haven't gotten to that place where, like, bro, nigga, how you think I found Gabrielle? You think that she just popped up? No, nigga, like, I manifested the shit out of her. That's exactly what I wanted. Exactly what I wanted. And God said, here you go. Exactly what I wanted, son. Not a missing piece. Not one missing piece. No daddy issues, son. Like, bro, you know how hard it was for me to find an attractive woman? Every attractive woman that liked me had daddy issues. Hard daddy issues, bro.
We gotta have a whole talk. We gotta have a whole talk about what that even is.
Yo,
that means so much to so many different people.
I mean, but so that was a thing. Like, it could have only happened if I was like, I was not happy, bro. I was not happy with settling ever. And it's not about like being shallow, she ain't too it. No, it's about not giving myself to people that's you're not the queen. You are not the queen. I'm sorry. I am a king, And I need a queen. I need my queen. Not just some queen, not a queen. I need my queen. And I will not settle. I will not stop. I will not rest until I find my queen. And my queen is going to be down for whatever the fuck I'm down for.